So let's now continue on with the notes page. So we're leaving the workbook, we're going back to the notes page, notes 2.1. And question 9, explain the notation. Okay, we haven't really talked much about notation, and we'll see notation like this from time to time. And without going into too deep an explanation at the moment, let me at least explain what this notation means. Now, R is shorthand for either reflection or rotation, depending upon the context. In these videos, I'm going to be using the small letter R for reflection and the capital letter R for rotation. You might see both being used at different times, but I'm going to try to be consistent in these videos. So we're going to read this as reflection. So all 9, 10, and 11, and even questions 12 through 17 are all reflection questions. The subscript here is line segment AB. This is where we're taking the reflection across. That is the mirror line. Okay, so we're saying take the reflection, the mirror line is line segment AB, and the pre-image is triangle EFG. Okay, so this is read as the reflection of triangle EFG across line segment AB. So let's write that in. So this is the reflection of triangle EFG across line segment AB. The number 10 is the reflection of line segment CD across the line x equals 3. So this is the reflection of line segment CD across the line x equals 3. And take a moment to think about what this should be then. Okay, if you said this, it's correct. The reflection of point 46 across line M. Okay, that is how to read those three notations. So now let's use that notation to solve some problems. Let's go on to number 12. And we're being asked to find the reflection of line segment AB across the x-axis. Okay, so the x-axis here is the reflection line or the mirror line. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, so we're reflecting line segment AB across the x-axis. So point A is one above the x-axis, which means that we're going perpendicular in the opposite direction. Point A prime is going to be one below the x-axis. We're reflecting across the x-axis. Point B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above the x-axis, so point B prime is going to be 6 below the x-axis, directly underneath B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be B prime. And we can now connect the dots to form line segment A prime, B prime. So that is that answer. We've labeled AB, that is the reflection of line segment AB across the x-axis. Let's go on to problem number 13. This problem is asking us to find the reflection of line segment CD across the y-axis. Notice that the subscript here is reading the y-axis, so we are going to have to go across the y-axis this time. So point D in relationship to the y-axis is 2 to the right of the y-axis. So the reflection then has to be on the same horizontal line, but 2 to the left. So this has to be point D prime. And point C prime is going to be on the opposite side of point C. So point C is how many units to the left of Y? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So point C prime has to be 6 units to the right of the y-axis on the same horizontal line, which is the x-axis here. So we're going to move 6 points to the right from the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's going to be C prime. Okay, so in order to create C prime D prime line segment, we now need to connect the points C prime and D prime, and we're done. Okay, that is the reflection. C prime D prime is a reflection of CD. Let's take a look at the next problem, problem number 14. We are being asked to find the reflection of triangle ABC across the y-axis. So let's again label y-axis, x-axis. We have got to reflect this triangle across the y-axis, which means we're going to reflect each of the points across the y-axis. I'm going to do this in a different color because the lines will get, we can have a lot of line segments. So let's do it one point at a time. We have to reflect A across the y-axis. So A right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to the left of the y-axis. So on the same horizontal line, we've got to move it 5 points to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has got to be our A prime. Okay, good. Now, let's do B. B is on this horizontal line. It is 2 units to the left of the y-axis, so B prime, the reflection has to be 2 units to the right of the y-axis. And C is 2 units to the right of the y-axis, so its reflection has got to be 2 units to the left of the y-axis, again on the same horizontal line. So let us join the line segments and create triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay, good. So there, that is our reflection. Let's go to problem number 15. Okay, we are being asked to find the reflection of line segment AB across the line x equals -1. Okay, so we're going to have to draw the line x equals -1 first, so we know what our mirror line is. So remember, this is the x-axis here, y-axis up above, and x equals -1 is the line that is parallel to the y-axis but 1 unit to the left of the y-axis. So let's draw in the line x equals -1. That is going to be our mirror line, our reflection line. Okay, so this is our reflection line. So now we're going to have to count with reference to the mirror line. So this is a vertical line, so we're going to be reflecting perpendicular to it in a horizontal direction. So let's start with point A. Point A is how many points to the left of this mirror line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So point A prime is going to be 6 units to the right of the mirror line, which is x equals -1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be over there. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is A prime. And B prime is going to be 2 points to the right of the mirror line because it's currently B is 2 points to the left of the mirror line. So B prime is going to be right over here. And our line segment A prime B prime is this. Okay, good. Let's go on to this next problem, 16. We are being asked to reflect line segment CD across the line y equals 3. Okay, so we've got to draw y equals 3 so we can reflect across it. Remember, the line y equals 3 is parallel to the x-axis, but 3 units above it. So let's draw the line through here, through this point, parallel to the x-axis. So that is our line y equals 3. This is the line y equals 3. We're going to have to reflect both C and D across this line y equals 3. So let's start with C, and since this is a horizontal mirror, we're going to be moving vertically. So C is 1, 2, 3, 4 points below the mirror line, so C prime has to be 4 points above the mirror line on the same vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is C prime. And D is 1 unit above the mirror line, y equals 3, so D prime has to be 1 unit below the mirror line. And then we will connect C prime and D prime to create our line segment C prime D prime. And so that is the reflection of CD